Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Shelia O'Connor. Days after a baby was found dead in a dumpster in Whitehaven, a man has now been arrested. According to investigators, Crawford shot his brother outside of the house, then barricaded himself inside the home with two family members. The victim jumped into a Memphis garbage truck to escape. Another warm day today, Britt, but still chilly in the morning.
It is. Crews are really moving and grooving and getting this repaired. Take a look at what's going on behind me now. You can see the crime scene tape still tied here to this pole. I want you to see the house behind me. This is just some of what's left behind. You can see multiple bullet holes on the side of the house. She spent 45 minutes going over this document. And for the first time, we are hearing from Martin's attorney about what motivated the former officer in this attack. City leaders are now remembering the superstar not for his hit records, but for his love of giving back. Fox 13's Lakia Scott shows us how you can do the same. Definitely need to enjoy today before that cold weather comes back. Yes, how much would you be willing to pay for an iPhone with TikTok on it? And those are all injuries that are 100% preventable. It all starts with your child's car seat. I can't do a pet story without bringing in my own fur child, Grizz, right here. He's a little camera shy apparently right now. Take a look behind me. Crews continue to make progress on the big tower that they're building. They are moving very quickly. This operation here is a very well-oiled machine.
Officer down, officer. Check. How many?
With a black band around her badge, interim Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis announced one of her officers was killed in the line of duty.
That officer is Joseph McKinney. He was assigned to the range station.
Davis said McKinney joined the department in 2020. The interim chief paused as she described the emotions the department is experiencing.
The men and women of the Memphis Police Department are hurt right now. As chief of police, I am hurt right now. And once again, senseless deaths in our community by gun violence.
The suspects, police say, started the shootout just 17 and 18 years old. Both were shot and brought here to Regional 1 Hospital. The 18-year-old did not survive. Interim Chief Davis noting the emotional toll this event will have, noting there are two families that are now grieving.
We have a wife that's grieving now. We have the family of the suspects that are grieving now.
Memphis Mayor Paul Young with a call to action to the community to stop the senseless violence.
We need our parents to step up. We need our churches to step up. We have to be the village that is going to protect this community. Families are being torn apart with the violence that we're seeing in our community.
Community leaders searching for answers.
As a community, we have to do better.
As an entire department mourns the loss of one of their own. In Memphis, Shelia O'Connor, Fox 13 News.
Very scary.
A bit shocked.
Memphis flyers shocked and terrified after hearing an American Airlines plane collided with a military helicopter in Washington, D.C. Mary Flanders preparing for a family trip.
Since we're flying American also, I asked my husband last night where our flight was coming from because I don't know. It's just very scary.
Impacts from this plane crash felt even here at Memphis International, with several morning flights to D.C. canceled. But now tonight there is one flight that is still scheduled to take off.
I can't understand why we can't keep those planes from crashing into each other. With today's technology, you think that would be something that would be preventable.
But there is technology that's supposed to help. The Federal Aviation Administration says all commercial planes are equipped with the Airborne Collision Avoidance System. The system is supposed to notify pilots on a display where other aircrafts may be nearby. It can also provide what's called a resolution advisory, recommending a path that could avoid a collision. This system, though, is independent to ground-based air traffic controllers and is often used as a last defense against mid-air collisions, according to the National Business Aviation Association.
And how do you process this as you're about to get on a flight as well?
I try not to think about it. I try to let the Lord handle, the day and go forward from there.
Questions and some fear for travelers as the investigation continues. In Memphis, Shelia O'Connor, Fox 13 News. Every cookie is rolled with careful precision and wrapped with a lot of love. The masterminds behind Butter Cookies in Whitehaven, two teenage brothers.
Hey, how you doing?
Jacob Childress and Jaden Bradford had a dream of owning their own cookie shop.
Because at first we was really cooking them for ourselves, so we could eat them. We wasn't really cooking them for nobody else.
Until a few years ago, when these brothers brought their cookies to their dad's birthday party.
Folks was tasting them and they was like, man, these good. They taste just like the old school cookie.
That's when the brothers decided to sell the cookies.
Blueberry, blue velvet, butter.
Jacob and Jaden credit their dad for the opportunity.
He had the plan, but he gave it to us, you know what I'm saying, as a blessing.
Got extreme oats and wild oats.
Jacob told me he hopes people who come into Butter Cookies leaves feeling special.
I like interacting with, people, letting them know that when they come in here, they somebody, even if they feel like they nobody outside. I already know what you want.
The two brothers are hoping their story not only inspires other teens.
Don't let nobody tell you nothing that you don't have it, or that you can't do it, or that you can't get it, because you can. You just got to work hard for it.
They hope they can help the city of Memphis come together. In Whitehaven, Shelia O'Connor, Fox 13 News.
Breaking news at midday. Days after a baby was found dead in a dumpster, police have made an arrest. Fox 13 breaking down the disturbing new details. Plus, two men try to rob a North Memphis business, but the plan is thwarted by the owner. And Memphis Shelby County School Board meets for the first time under the new interim superintendent. We'll share how the meeting turned chaotic. Fox 13 News Midday starts right now. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Fox 13 News Midday. I'm Shelia O'Connor, in for Dominic Dillon. We start midday with breaking news. Days after a baby was found dead in a dumpster in Whitehaven, a man has now been arrested. Police say 45-year-old James Booth, here on your screen, is charged with abuse of a corpse. We have also learned the baby's mother is a minor. Police say Booth was with the girl when she gave birth on the way to the hospital. Then he took the baby and put it in the dumpster behind a building on East Shelby Drive. This is surveillance video of that happening. Booth was arrested yesterday when police found him on Hudgens Road. That's in a neighborhood off of Holmes Road. Now, Fox 13's investigative reporter Kayla Solomon is digging into this case, and we'll have more tonight on Fox 13 News at 5, so make sure you tune in. Developing at midday, would-be robbers shot overnight in North Memphis. This happened at the Twins Food Mart on Jackson Avenue. Fox 13's Jeremy Pierre breaks down the details and the conflicting stories suspects gave police. All right, Jeremy, thank you very much. 11:03 now. A boy is in the hospital this morning after the school bus he was riding on crashed. This happened at Perkins and 240. Memphis police say they were actually working two crashes there. The first was a hit and run. The second crash involved this school bus here. Fox 13 is working to learn the age of the student, but police say he is going to be okay. All right, let's talk about the weather now. That warm up across the Mid-South continues today. Look, it's going to be fantastic, but be prepared. It's going to start changing come late tonight, tomorrow. Meteorologist Julia Fife in Severe Weather Center 13. We got to enjoy the sunshine today, Julia, because rain is coming in soon. All right, Julia, thank you very much. Well, 1 week after the Memphis Shelby County School Board fired its superintendent, Fox 13 is tracking controversy over its first action under a new leader. The board voted to renew a school's charter that's run by the interim superintendent's wife. Fox 13's Carolyn Serta breaks down what happened. 11:06 now. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee's school voucher program that would use your tax money to pay for kids to go to private school, it's advancing through the state capitol. The House Education Committee approved the plan yesterday, and it now moves to the Government Operations Committee today. Also, President Trump is in favor of this plan, posting to social media, "Congratulations to Tennessee legislators who are working hard to pass school choice this week," which I totally support. We will very soon be sending education back to the states. Lawmakers are discussing both school vouchers and disaster relief after Hurricane Helene at their special session this week. Now, the director of schools for one hard-hit East Tennessee county says he's concerned lawmakers will only approve the relief money if they support the voucher program. Now, it is possible that President Trump takes federal action on school choice. The Hill reports that Trump is expected to issue an executive order today that would prioritize the usage of grant programs on school choice. Fox 13 will track the president's plans as well as the latest details from the state capitol. Hardin County schools, they're going to be closed for the rest of the week due to a sickness across the county. Hardin County leaders say they need the rest of the week to properly sanitize the schools and also give students time to recover. Fox 13 is working to learn what kind of sickness is going around the county. Let's move to developing news now. All charges against a man connected to Young Dolph's murder have been dropped. This happened hours after Shelby County deputies served a warrant on Shundell Barnett's home in South Memphis. Those charges were connected to Young Dolph's murder, but the DA's office tells Fox 13 the charges against Barnett were previously retracted, so the warrant used to arrest him should have been recalled. He's now been released from 201 Poplar. Court documents show investigators believe Barnett rented a truck to help his cousin, convicted shooter Justin Johnson, avoid arrest. 11:09 now. A Memphis man is kidnapped, then robbed, forced to strip naked, pistol whipped, beaten, and shot. A lot of crazy events there. According to police, they've now arrested one of the men who they say did it. Caleb Wade is facing multiple charges, including attempted first-degree murder. Memphis police say a man was walking in a neighborhood near Mount Moriah and Hickory Hill last week when someone he knew as Ghost approached him with an AR pistol. He says he was robbed, forced into a car at gunpoint, and then Wade hopped in the car as well. The man says the two drove him to a dead end where they forced him to strip, pistol whipped him, and beat him. He says as he ran off, they fired shots at him. Wade was arrested overnight. Now, Fox 13 is working to learn if the other man in the car, if he's been captured at this time. Fox 13 has also learned that Wade was arrested in connection with another shooting, getting out of jail just 8 days before the robbery we just told you about. Police say Wade was one of 4 suspects arrested at a home on Finley where 2 people were shot earlier this month. Wade was released after posting bond. New details about this shooting near South Parkway East. It happened last night. Police say the shooting stemmed from an argument around 8 o'clock. Investigators say Brandon Marshall was being dropped off by his friend at his home on Cloverdale Drive when they got into a fight. Marshall says he shot him because he was in a headlock and his friend wouldn't let go. The man was taken to Regional 1 Hospital. Marshall has been charged with aggravated assault. The freeze on federal loans and grants delayed until Monday, why White House leaders are working to clarify who could be impacted. And President Trump signs a new executive order. This one targets children. We'll share whether or not it will have any impact here in the Mid-South. Time check. It's 11:10.